I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to SpeakUpJV. For those of you that don't know, the mission statement for this podcast is we use our voices to motivate people to overcome life's challenges through self love and respect. This is a place for self love and respect. Before we get started, quick shout out to my amazing sponsor, Samuel Patrick Photography. You're unique, you're qualified, and you're ready for your next chapter. Stand out and make a long lasting impression with professional photography. Samuel Patrick will help you have the impact you desire while staying true to your values and vision. Book your discovery call today at www.samuelpatrick.photography. Let me show you guys a little bit of his work real quick. Make sure y'all tap in. Look, summertime's around the corner. Let's get some photos going. And yeah, just tap in. So I'm excited for today's episode. I have a very special guest. I'm excited to like pick her brain, get to know her, learn more about her brand. You guys give it up for our special guest, production manager, digital media and events producer, Nae Simone. Hey.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for
I'm
having
you.
me. I'm
Welcome to
good.
baby.
Thank you. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm like, woo, let's do like middle of April. I'm
Yes,
like, let's get it
let's do it.
going. Yes.
Let's do
So
it.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am Nae Simone. I run and operate a brand called the Nae Way, where I specialize in production services for digital media, events, productions, live festivals, live shows, just about anything under the sun, production wise. Really trying to just be out there and push myself and provide for people who don't really have a bit of organizing or detail or planning in them. That's where I kind of come in and help them get their life together and bring their ideas together and keep it organized, keep it together. But really just a little bit of everything, I'm a little bit of everything. I'm usually behind the scenes, but I'm getting more comfortable with being out in front of the camera and speaking from behind the scenes. But I'm usually someone working behind the scenes, observing, planning, all of those things. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
I absolutely love it. And that's honestly to me the most important part of anything that's out there in entertainment is that production and background scene. So I know. What got you into the entertainment production space?
So it's so funny because I didn't start out in this like when I started like college and in school. I didn't even think that I was gonna be doing this. Like, if you would have asked a little kid Nate would have been in somebody's hair shop doing hair or doing esthetician work. But I knew from a very young age that I was always really organized and really planned, like attention to detail. I was always trying to plan something out or organize something, or I'm just really timely, but didn't really know where I was gonna be good at. So like starting out after school, this wasn't really something I was thinking about. But as I got older, and honestly after I finished school, I was still working regular jobs, but I was starting to get more into learning more about digital media productions and shows and learning that like, oh, okay, there is kind of like, there's somebody behind here that put all that together. There's somebody that put this show on, organized this show or ran this. So I was like, okay, this is really dope. Let me try to join and merge my natural skill for being organized and planning and managing and coordinating. Let me combine that natural skill with just my love for media and entertainment and Black culture and the arts and fashion. Like, let me be able to combine that and merge that, because there are people like me that work behind the scenes on a lot of these things that we see that come out on TV or events that we go to. So once I kind of realized that, I got connected with a local LA production company called Creative Ground Agency. Shout out to them and everybody over there. They kind of helped me kind of hone in on that, helping them with a lot of their shows, digital shows that they were putting out or events that they were putting out. And then from there, that allowed me to kind of grow my network of people. And then from there, I was just like, okay, now I can hone in on this skill and this talent that I have and really package that and offer it to people that may not know that they need that or may be trying to figure out how to make it work. So just that start with that production company and mutual friends allowed me to like really focus and be like, okay, you can mold this, you can package this into a brand and allow people to come in on that and work with the Nae Way and get some good organization in your life.
I am so here for that. And it's crazy because it's like, I think that that's the beauty of networking too, especially with like people that you're close to, is them trusting you with their baby,
Mhm.
like to bring something alive. So it's
Mhm.
like, you could do that. And like, you can tell somebody really rocking with you and they're like, I'm going to give you this. How can you make this better?
Yes.
So that is so
Yes.
dope. And speaking of bringing
Thank
things to
you.
life, what's your favorite thing about bringing a person's vision to life?
Oh, really seeing how like creative people can be and taking their ideas and actually making it appear in real life. So I love seeing like I don't think I'm the most creative and some people will tell me I'm creative. I don't think that I'm creative. I think I'm more so like the organizer of the creative vision, but I love when people come to me with like these are the ideas that I have. I want to incorporate this and I want to do this and I wanted to have this and I wanted to like it's just really cool to see what people's minds can come up with their babies, with their brands, their events or their shows or whatever ideas that they have. I think is really dope. Like somebody literally just hit me up a couple of days ago about a project they wanted to do, and it's so different than what I've normally done. But because it's so different, I'm so excited to do it. So I'm like, it's just I really love seeing the ideas that people come up with, for sure, and being able to like, no, we could bring this to life. Like we could do this for real, for real. So I think that's the favorite part for me.
And I think that's amazing because it helps you just grow in your craft, like all the new challenges and just more and more
Mhm.
to add on that resume. You're like, I can do
For
this, I can do that.
sure.
So it's just growing
Yes.
and growing. And so you actually just mentioned the Nae Way, and it's like it's beautiful to see different testimonials about your work and like seeing
Mhm.
like really you seeing it on paper, you seeing it in a video, people
Yes.
really saying it from their mouth. So tell us a little bit more about the Nae Way.
Yes. So, like I said, the New Way was really just me being able to realize and package and kind of mold my services of what I do. So, I offer production services, whether producer, production manager, production coordinator, from anything under the sun, whether that be like digital series like this one or live events or regular brand events, just about kind of everything under the sun. I've even done a little bit of consulting too for certain brands, but me bringing on the Nae Way, and I want to say that it's a brand because it is something that like I try to embody every single day. I love when I just so funny now when I see people out there like, oh, it's the Nae Way, it's the Nae Way. Like I want it to be something that I embody and show people that like no, there is a specific standard that I have and a specific way that I like to work, that people want to be around. And it's so funny when I was kind of like trying to mold it and package it together, I was like trying to of course think of a name and like what I can do or how I can package it. And I'm like, well, a lot of people come to me because they love how I do things my way. Like they love how I can contribute things or make things make sense in my own way, and they're okay with it. So I was like, it's the Nae Way. Like they love it the Nae Way, so we're gonna run with the Nae Way, and it's been going ever since. Honestly, so that's a bit about the Nae Way.
I love the title, everything what it brings,
Thanks.
and even your marketing for it. I'm like you. I feel like you
Mhm.
you took your own baby and made it a project, and I think that's
Yes,
like
and it
you're
was so
creating it yourself.
needed.
Hmm.
It was so needed because for people that really work behind the scenes that are really on camera or are really out there like that, it's so hard to try to figure out different ways to put yourself out there and promote and let people know that this is what you do or try to just give a better idea of what you do. Because for a while it was like I was running into so many people, like friends and family included. I'd be like, "So what do you do? Like, what you be doing? Like, what is this?" So I was like, you know what? No, let me go ahead and gather up my people that I worked with, whether they're friends, clients, whatever, like let me gather these people to give their own testimonial about like what it is I do. Because they're gonna be able to want to explain the best, like how I bring value or how I've helped them out with their projects or with their brands. So it was definitely like yeah, let me put this little series together for the Nae Way. We're gonna get all these people together, and I'm gonna let them kind of cook for me a little bit.
And that they did. So, what's something that a client will experience when working with you, or something that makes your brand unique?
Ooh, I feel like there's so many different things. It's so funny. One thing that really jumps out is like real genuine support, like real genuine support, but also like a sense of relief that like this isn't, when you work with me, this isn't just somebody that's gonna just be like, oh, okay, I'm here, but you go ahead and figure it out. It's like, no, I'm gonna work with you to help you figure out like, okay, what's your problems? What are your problems? What are your fears, or what are you concerned about? Okay, cool. Here's how I can help you eliminate literally all of those, if not majority of all of those. So you're gonna definitely feel super supported and not like you're just carrying some dead weight. Like, no, I'm gonna be here supporting you, carrying this weight with you as well. And then with that, in a sense, there's also a sense of relief because you know that there's somebody else on board and on your team that cares just as much about your thing that you do. You know, you don't want to just feel like you just brought somebody on that don't really care that much, or not really gonna put their effort or their best foot forward. So I've noticed that too. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, Nae. Like I feel so supported," or like I'm so relieved that like you were able to handle this or take this off my hands, or even find a solution to this problem. So I definitely think that stands out for sure. You're gonna have real genuine support, and it's gonna be a sense of relief that like we got this. It's not gonna be the end of the world, and it's possible. I'm gonna show you that like it's possible to bring whatever vision or idea you have to life.
I love that. Yeah, teamwork and perspective is very important. So I'm glad that you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's a piece of advice you would give to a person who wants to get into like media production?
Ooh, so it's tough because there's so many gems I feel like I've learned along the way, and as we go, like we learn so many gems along the way. Advice that I would give, just one. Definitely don't take things personal. Do not take things personal. Know when things are just business and when things are personal. Be able to separate the two. But I think it's super important to find your voice. Also, as a Black woman, finding your voice, but feeling confident and certain in your voice. It's tough because there's a very thin line between like finding your voice and also being like disrespectful or being like rude. Like there's a huge difference with that. But if you can find that happy medium, and I definitely suggest everyone do, being able to find your voice and have conversations and be heard and be seen, just because that it allows people to not only of course hear you but trust you, and then also kind of give you an idea of like where you're thinking and where your head is, and how you can contribute and how you can add value. So I definitely think finding that voice of yours is super important, especially in our space. Not taking things personal. What else?
That's a big one.
Oh, and I'm gonna take from our guest list, Issa Rae. It's everything about networking across,
Yes.
and leaning on your resources of people that are next to you, like your peers. It can be a lot more valuable sometimes than trying to shoot for stars and shoot for higher up people. Like there are so many other talented people right next to you. There are so many people that have resources literally right next to you that are willing to get in the field with you. So I'm really all about like let's focus and network across. Let's network with our people that are here with us. Do not take them for granted at all, because a lot of the people that I started off with that were next to me that didn't have a budget necessarily or didn't have the most resources, doing those things with them allowed the higher up people to see those things and take a chance on me. So there's definitely benefit in that networking across. You don't necessarily have to shoot for stars every single time.
I love that. It's something about growing together too. When y'all can look back, like we started here, we all got together,
Yes.
put our talents together,
Yes.
and skills. And
Yes.
I'm big on like working
Yes.
with what you got. Sometimes it's right there. Like you have that community. So I love that.
Every
That's good.
time.
Yeah,
Every
every time.
time.
So before we get into the episode, do you have any upcoming projects that you would like to shout out, or any pending, any projects going on at the moment?
Yes, actually, I'm working. It's so funny. I'm working with one of the guys who was in my testimonial series, my impact series, Charles Keys. He's a local LA from the city, from straight from the city, director, writer, producer. He is working on his new TV show. He brought me on the production manage for that, so I'm super super excited for that. We have something else we did. I worked on his feature film about 2 years ago. Raw production managed for that, so he's working on that, and a lot of dope local LA brands are involved in that. So you'll see a couple familiar faces on that when that comes out. So definitely Charles' show, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. There are things coming up in the works that I can't talk on them just yet. But circle back like summertime and we'll be able to talk.
Y'all look out, okay?
Hey,
with the heat
we outside.
Yes, it's gonna be a beautiful summer too. So I'm excited for that. Okay, let's get it. But you guys, in honor of Nae, and going after what you want. Tonight's episode is titled "Build It Yourself." So we're gonna be talking about the importance of going after what you want in life and creating your own table sometimes. So I'm excited to have this conversation today. But you guys, let's get into the Ask Up question of the day. So for those of you out there listening, please comment and answer the Ask Up question. I'm going to go ahead and answer it first, Nae, and I'm going to let you answer it. So the Ask Up question of the day is, what's an important lesson that going after what you want has taught you in life? So important lesson that it's taught me that you won't regret it. I feel like anything that I took initiative on and just kind of did it, I'm happy I did it, even if it wasn't like the best results, because I know I tried and it actually led me to the path I was supposed to be on. And I go for it. Any risk I've ever took in my life, I'm like speaking with that with anything. And I feel like, as you know, we're just talking about learning as you go, right? And letting the challenges make you stronger and give you more skill set. I think that's the beautiful thing about going after what you want in life. Because they always say, aim for the stars, land in the clouds and leave. So yeah, what about you, Nae?
Biggest lesson in going after what I want, definitely, like you said, is you're not gonna regret it. But it's also you're in control of the life that you want. You're in control of the life that you want. You're in control of the life that you want to have, for yourself. So why not make the best of it? Why not go after what you want? Why not try to accomplish these things? Because only you are really stopping yourself from it. To be real, like, it's really nobody else that's you can put that blame on. So it's like, if you have a certain way of life that you want to live, or a certain life that you see set up for yourself, like, go after what you want for sure. Because it's not going to be nobody else is going to do it for you. Like, you literally have to just be the one to go. And like you said, being okay with, like, if it messes up, I can try again. Literally do it again. I can pivot. Like, it is what it is. But knowing that lesson of, like, life is what you make it. Your life is going to be what you make it. And if you don't go after what you want, or at least try, like, you're doing yourself a disservice for sure. Especially when you recognize that, like, you do have a skill, you do have a talent, you do have a knack for something. Like, you do, once you find that purpose, you owe it to yourself to really go after it for sure.
Oh, that's well said. It's crazy. You actually touched up on things I was going to bring up. But yeah, like, it is important to go after which way. Like I was going to say, sometimes you are standing in your own way. And I think, we sometimes it's easy to, place the blame on people. But, I've been learning, especially in my 30s, the importance of self-reflection. Sometimes you just got to get tired of your own mess. Like, you really have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, how am I holding myself back?
Yes.
Those questions are uncomfortable and sometimes it gets hard, but I think, it's the closest way to freedom when you kind of ask yourself that and you actually act on it and stand on what you really want. So I'm glad you brought that up, because it's a big one. Because, like, I'm learning, like, I'd rather live with the I tried than the regret, because those regrets hurt. You ever had
like, yes. Absolutely. I should have just did it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Because literally, and now a lot of times I ask myself, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, what's the words? And I found the Nae Way series very inspiring because it's like the fact like I saw that as someone taking something by their own hands and like I'm gonna make this happen right here. I'm gonna show my
Mhm.
work, show my portfolios. I feel like today's topic was just perfect with your brand. So I love that. So I have a question. So sometimes going after your goals can cause a rise in challenges. We know that. What keeps you
Mhm.
motivated during those challenges?
Ooh, girl, so many different things. For one, I have a very, very good, strong family core. My
Mhm.
family is like the most important, like from my internal, from my super, internal to even like distant. Like my family keeps me going so much just because my family has poured into me for forever in so many different ways, where it's like I so just want to keep repaying him and repaying him and repaying him. So they're definitely a big motivating factor in my life. And then honestly, knowing that like hard times don't last. Your
Mhm.
hard time is not gonna last. Your hard season is very temporary. And honestly, how long you dwell in it really determines like if you're gonna let this defeat you. So knowing that like just as much as there are good times, there are gonna be low times. This is the way of life. When there is a something that is a challenge, it's just like okay, you take the good. You always want the highs. You got to take the lows with the highs too. But knowing and being comfortable and confident in the fact that like this isn't forever. This isn't gonna be forever. This is just temporary. And knowing me, because I'm such a problem solver, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get out of it. I'm gonna figure it out. Like
Yes.
whatever issue it is, it's like okay, yeah, we gonna sit in there for a little bit, but like I'm gonna get out of it. So just that knowing, and I'll tell people all the time, like know that it's not forever. It's just temporary. It's just temporary, and there's probably a lesson in it. There's probably a lesson
Oh,
in that, like a life
definitely.
lesson in it, a spiritual lesson, or what is some type of some lesson in there that you need to learn, and that's why you're going through it. And then once you kind of grasp a little bit of that lesson, things will feel a little lighter.
I love that. That was such a powerful answer. And I'm glad you brought up the highs and the lows because I always tell people, when we feel lows, right, we always feel it. You're crying, you feel that
Yes.
depressed feeling. But like give that same energy to your highs too. Like you said, like we give so
Mhm.
much when we're feeling low, but I'm learning to embrace the highs of it too. So
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
big one. Look, we aligned right now. I'm feeling this. So
Yes. You
these
have
are the combos I
to.
live for right here.
You
So
so have to, especially no matter how, and I'm getting into more like no matter how small you think it is or how little
Mhm,
you think it
mhm,
is, like no, girl, feel good about it. Okay, feel
mhm.
good about the highs and take your moments to bask in it. Because I've definitely had moments where it's like people have had to remind me, tell me like, no, Nate,
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
doing is like kind of a major thing. Like you actually need to celebrate. Don't like try to just move on to the next thing. Like no, girl, sit in this high moment. And so you have to. You so have to.
That's a big one. I like that. Okay. But you guys, it is now time for the tweet up segment. And I like to be on Twitter X, whatever they want to call it. Something that I tweeted this week that goes into tonight's episode is don't let being afraid of rejection be the barrier between you and what you want out of life. So I'm saying this to say, y'all, rejection is a part of the journey.
Yep.
It's a part of it. I don't care what you're trying to do. You might start a hair salon, nail salon, whatever. You're gonna get rejection. I remember when me and my best friend originally had this show together. We were passing out flyers little years ago, passing out little digi cards. There are people that rejected the flyer. Oh no,
Yeah.
thank you. And you just have to keep going because there were people that wanted to have one. We're like, oh, I want to hang this up in my room, whatever. But you never know, like keep knocking till that right door opens is what I'm trying to say. Just because you got
Yeah.
rejected doesn't mean stop. Sometimes it's a deteriorate, and we have to learn to shift our perspective of how we see rejection. I mean, somebody really wise once said the most famous people, most successful people have the most rejection, honestly. So,
Yeah.
did you get rejected today? I think we need to get more rejections to actually get to the level that we want.
Yes, that is so true. That's so true. Because and with the most successful people, because they keep going,
Yeah.
and when you keep going, that yeah, you're gonna get some more rejections. But a powerful quote that I love rejection is God's protection.
Yes.
Okay, because and I used to struggle so bad, girl. Every no, every ignore, every like note that I used to be like, oh my God, the end of the world. Oh my God, no, they don't want me. I'm not good enough.
Mm.
And even in, not even just in business, even in like friendships or relationships, or even as small as like, girl, being in traffic and you missed the light or something. And I've learned to be like, I wasn't meant to be there. If I gotta know, if they told me no, if they ignored me, if I didn't make the light, I wasn't meant to be there. And I've seen even in certain instances where the place that I wanted to be, something bad happened that probably would have me irritated. Like, for example, there was a contracted job a couple of years ago, a contracted job that I really, really, really wanted to go. I really, really, really wanted it so bad. Like, I wanted to, it was in like a different city. I really wanted to work with this company, blah, 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 blah. I thought they were going to email me, reach out to me. I didn't end up getting it. When I didn't end up getting, I didn't hear back from them. And then the time frame that started for that job, I was like, oh my God, I'm not there. I'm so sad, blah, 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 blah. However, at that same job, they had like where it was being held, it was like a really bad rainstorm. It was like a really bad snowstorm. There were like production issues that arose that like affected the whole, job. Like people who were trying to like fly out couldn't fly out. There was flights, like it was just a whole bunch of things happening. And I was like, you know what? God knew I didn't need to be there because I hate a canceled flight. Oh, I hate me a rainstorm. We from LA. Don't
like we're used to that. Yeah.
I don't know how to prepare for that. So I was like, oh, God knew. God knew I didn't need to be there. Or even girl, I pride myself on being timely and being on time. But if there are times where I'm like, I'm running behind or I'm running late or I'm to exit, it's be like, something was going on that path or at that time that I didn't need to be a part of, or like it was something happened that God is protecting me from. So I'm still learning to be okay with the rejections. I'm a lot better than what I used to be before, but it's a part of life. It's a part of life. It's not nothing to try to keep you down. In a sense, you may end up finding out that like, most of the time something better is coming along, like something better is coming along, something big or what you believe is bigger or something that benefits you better, whether that's financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever. There is going to be something that comes up after that rejection that'll make you be like, I ain't worried.
You ain't even thinking about it no more.
I'm good. Like, I'm so good. So yes, the rejection is a part of it, and it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. And I want to say too, sometimes the rejection is not yet, right? Sometimes you're not going to know. And I've been learning to use that as a tool instead of a hinder. Because sometimes those not yets is, okay, what area do I still need to grow in? Or this to come true? Or what do I still need to work on so I can attain this? So that's just the beauty of rejection times. And I just learned where we're supposed to be at this moment for a reason. And like you said, you look back, it doesn't even matter anymore. You're like, oh, I was tripping on this. Now I'm doing this. So
literally don't even matter. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'm good. Okay. I'm so good.
So that's a big one. But you guys, it is now time for the Life Up segment. So this is a Life Up segment. It's where I take the topic and I relate it to a problem in today's world. So tonight's Life Up is the issue with delaying yourself to wait for the right time, trying to join tables that you are not wanted at, and ignoring the tools that you already have. So these are big. I had to like really punch with these ones. I had to like really come hard with these ones. These are big ones, when is the right time? Let's be real. I feel like sometimes we use the right time as an excuse to not move forward. There's never a right time. There's never a time where all areas of your life is perfect. There's going to be something we're dealing with. And I feel like I'd rather know I did what I can versus like I'm just making an excuse and nothing's getting done. Because you see how fast this year already went by. We're already on the 4th, about to be on the 5th month of 2026.
Yeah.
So be happy if you even take a baby step. And then the big one is trying to join tables that you are not wanted at. It's actually funny because before I got on this episode with you, I was like, what's a good example of that? Think about when you're new to a school, right? It's lunchtime. You're not gonna go sit at some table where they're looking at you funny, right? You're either gonna go sit by yourself and people
Yep.
eventually come and sit with you, or you're gonna sit where someone's like, "Hey, come sit with us." So I feel like we
Yeah.
have to look at that with our success sometimes, because I think when you're dealing with people who already kind of don't really believe in your brand, don't even want you around, how do you expect support from that? But I know that
Yeah.
I surround myself with the good energy, people who are working towards something, people who actually want to see me win as well. We all eat and we all helping each other and flourishing. So,
Mhm.
any thoughts on the life up segment?
Yes. Definitely the right time is a myth. The right time is such a
Ooh,
myth. And I used to be victim to that too, definitely. Like, no, I need to make sure I got this first. I need to make sure I got this person. Well, I don't have this yet, and I don't have this yet. And even kind of dealing like when I was working on my Impact series, it was like, okay, I need somebody for this, and I need somebody for this. And a lot of those roles, I kind of end up filling myself or doing myself, and
mm,
just making it work on my own, and it worked out. Just putting the time in to figure out, okay, what do you need? Figure out how to do it. Figure out how to work it out, and it's gonna be fine. So, yeah, the right time is never really. It's I say it's a myth, and part of that is because I am a bit spiritual, so I will
mm,
say like I'm not on my time. I'm on God's time. I'm gonna
mm,
have it when He wanted for me, or when I prepare for it. Because you may want something and to get it, and you might not be really well equipped to keep it. Okay, so the right time is you just gotta go. You really, especially now, like in the climate that we're in the space that we're
yeah.
in, like waiting for the right time will have you sitting on the sidelines, legit, while you walk. Because even if it's something small and somebody don't have everything that they need, at least they're trying, they're putting the effort out there, and you gonna be sitting on the sideline, you know.
Mhm.
So I don't, and really no right time. You just got to get it and go. And then yeah, with the being that tables you not wanted at is
I had
so
to say
funny.
that one.
No, it's so funny, but it's so real because a lot of people don't have um what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say discernment, but also like picking up on knowing when you're not really wanted there. Like
Yeah.
I like to say I'm a very good reader of energy. So
Mm,
I can pick up very well when I'm not, when somebody's not really feeling me, or I'm kind of rubbing somebody the wrong way, or I'm not really like welcome. Like I'm very, very good at picking up on that, but not a lot of people are.
mhm.
And it's funny because it's just like there are going to be spaces where you may not be wanted. You may not
Mhm.
be wanted. You may not be welcome, and again, that's okay because you just know now to go surround and find yourself or surround yourself with people that do want you around, that do see the value in you, that do see, you know, where you can support and help out. So it's definitely I'm so big on connecting with people that I feel are like minded with me and that have good energy and that genuinely do support me and pour into me and value me and what I bring. So it's super important to make sure you're around the right energy because if they don't want you around, you gonna feel it. Like you,
You
you
don't
gonna
feel it.
feel it.
And I
Sure.
think sometimes we end up missing it because our intentions are probably like, "Ooh, I want to be supportive to them too in this group." But then you're thinking like, "Well,
Mhm.
I'm confused. I didn't do nothing wrong." But sometimes you're right. It just is what it is. That energy is just off.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, that's one of
it's
the harsh.
okay.
Yeah, and it's okay because guess what? You got your tribe out there that want to see you win.
Mhm.
So I
Yep.
love that.
Very
I
true.
love what you said about the right time. So yeah, so how do we fix this? Everything that Nae just said, and I would say, you have more tools than you think. Realize that everybody
Yes.
doesn't have to be perfect, and go build your own table. And then sometimes you just have to build your own table. Okay, y'all don't
Hmm.
want it. I'm gonna figure it out over here, and then the right people will just hop on with me, and they'll
There
invite me to
you
their table, and they'll sit at my table. So that's big.
go.
So, what's an important lesson that the Nae Way has taught you?
Ooh. Um, it helps to put yourself out there. And this is it's a lesson that I'm really learning in real time right now because I am so used to being behind the scenes and working, helping other people kind of be in the forefront or helping other people make sure that their back end is taken care of. um I'm learning that it is just as important also to put myself out there in a way, of course, that makes sense for me. But it's really important to put myself out there and let people know what it is that I do and showcase what I do because For one, that's one of the main ways that you're going to grow. You have to put yourself out there to scale and to elevate. You have to put yourself out there and let people know that you're here. This is what you do. This is what it is. But putting myself out there has led to a lot of genuine, meaningful connections that I really didn't even know that I would have if I wouldn't have put myself out there. Like, there are people who reach out to me or want to connect with me that, like, I had no idea was even interested or even paying attention. And it's been a really, really heartwarming and just such a good thing to see and to feel, because I don't know, like, I don't know who really rocked me or who's interested or who's paying attention or, you know, who's seeing stuff. But definitely with me, this is like the first time that I'm really full on, like, putting myself out there, what I do, and trying to put more and trying to talk a little bit more. But it's teaching me that, like, girl, it's needed. It's needed to grow. It's needed to scale. It's needed to be in the places that you want to be in the rooms that you want to be in, like, money that you want to make. Definitely, just because you're behind the scenes don't mean you gotta stay behind the scenes. You can put yourself out there. You can have your people, the people that know you, that trust you, and that rock with you, and that value you. Then they will speak highly of you. All you gotta do is ask. Literally, just ask. And I'm learning closed mouths don't get fed. Like, I kind of, you always hear that. You always hear that. You always know that. But it's like, oh no, this is for real. Like, you don't open your mouth, you're not gonna get what you want.
That's big. And sometimes you are just a hidden gem, and you're right, you got to be out there and spread your wings. So I love that. You know, putting yourself out there is not easy. Sometimes it's like, ooh, but you know what, when you do, you're like, ooh, okay, everybody rock with me. So we're gonna clap for you for that. I love that. But you guys, it is now time for the drink up water segment. Just took my sip of water. If you're out there listening, please. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna show your water. Hold on, she on there showing her water.
Yeah, I got my water.
Yes. Oh, you got the water. So if you're out there listening, please pull some water and drink some water. And I have a water fact for tonight. Tonight's water fact is: studies show that people who drink more water tend to have clearer, younger looking skin. Water works to hydrate your skin and reduce toxin-induced blemishes, resulting in a healthy glow, that even your best moisturizer can't achieve on its own, according to Unity Point Health. So let's drink our water. Summertime coming out. Let's keep the skin glowing. Look, you know, you on the camera, girl. You and you're doing the media for look, skin gotta be popping. So let's drink our water.
Yes, so needed, girl. Yes, the water bottle. I got my thermos in the car, girl. Yes,
I love that. I gotta keep it with me. I always remind people, like, please drink your water. Now back to the episode. So going after what you want in life also requires the proper pauses. So, you know, pausing is a part of the journey. So yeah, just like we talk about the grind, of course, we're talking about keep going, push after it. Take your pauses though too. I've been learning the beauty of rest. I've been learning that rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You know, I grew up always on the go, feeling like, you know, especially being a black woman, we know how it goes, feel like we gotta always do something. I'm like, no, this rest is needed. This is a part of me. This is gonna nourish me, fill my tank up so I could keep going and keep going after what I want in life. So, what's your favorite way to pause and decompress from a busy week of production?
girl, I am an advocate, especially of our black women taking a rest and a break. I am such an advocate because, like you said, I feel like black women are born out the womb on the go. Like, we on the go, and we've grown up as little girls seeing so many women in our families and our friends just be on the go, nonstop. And we've also seen the consequences of that. I've seen women who work themselves to the bone, and their body will physically and literally shut down on them. Like, you're forced to be down 2 weeks because you didn't take a break. So, girl, I love me some sleep. Okay, I make sure my bed is hella comfy. I love going to sleep. Girl, I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, I don't care if it's a 30-minute nap. I'm gonna take me a nap. But because I'm so important with, like, we're gonna work hard, yes, play hard, but you also need to rest just as much. Like, your rest is so as important as your work. So I'm especially when I plan, I do a good job at planning out. Like, okay, these are my work days. All right, now this day and this day is dedicated to just my resting and my self care and resetting. I'm so big on I need a reset. I get my social battery gets full very quick. I get overwhelmed and overstimulated very fast. So I'll be quick to be like, okay, I need to go reset in the house for the weekend. Like you're not gonna see me. I'm not going nowhere. So I love me a good rest day with some good TVs. I'm a true crime documentary junkie. So put on some true crime shows. Like I'm always I believe in maintenance appointments, hair appointments, nail appointments. Those are super important for being able to just reset and rest. So any little thing that pours back into me, I'm so about girl reset. You need to reset. You don't need to talk to nobody on the phone. You don't need the first words that you need to say don't need to happen till like 5 o'clock. Like that's just like we go rest and decompress. Girl, that do not disturb feature on my phone.
Oh my goodness, I wore that out.
Okay, so yes, the rest is so important. I tell people all the time, like, if you don't have no sleep, your body's gonna make you sleep. If you don't have no rest, your body will physically shut down on you, and you will have to probably at the time you don't want to. Like, it's not good. And I feel like we as a culture and kind of as a society, we try to like glamorize the hustle and bustle, the on the go. I gotta get it. And it's just like, yes, that's true, but you also just need to sleep just as much. Like you said, like rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's absolutely needed. Like you, just like you need water, you need sleep. Like you need to be able to take a break. So girl, I'm all for that. I'm asking for go home, go sleep.
Like that's what we doing. I love it. And thank you for the reminder to y'all listening out there. It's okay to rest. So I'll take that.
No problem. Not a
No
problem.
problem. She's like, I'm a vouch for that. It is now time for the show up segment. So if you're out there listening, please comment. How did you show up for yourself this week? So I'll go ahead and answer. A way that I showed up for myself this week, I stood firm on my boundaries. I've been working on like saying no, saying if something doesn't work for me, speaking up on it, just ignoring if I need to, just those simple things. You get to a point where you realize when you don't speak up for yourself or stand firm on certain boundaries, it hits you later. You're the one that has to deal with it later. I think sometimes we're in fear of like hurting the other person or like letting someone down, but we're letting ourselves down. And if it's at the cost of like hurting your own peace or whatever, no. So that's the way I showed up for myself this week, and it's really helped me. So what about you, Nae? How have you showed up for yourself this week?
I so love that because, girl, I'm practicing them boundaries. Okay, I'm working through setting and standing firm on my boundaries for sure. Just overall. So I love that for you. For me this week, let me think. It's so funny because it's really kind of similar to setting boundaries. There were about 2 different people I had to have conversations with where I had to put myself first and what I needed first and what worked best for my scheduling and for what they need me to do. I needed to then set a boundary of like, okay, well, if this is what you need from me, I need it to be done this way. I need it to be positioned in this way, or it needs to be packaged this way, or it needs to be scheduled this way. So that way I can perform to the best of my ability for you. Because essentially you need me for something, but I'm like, my motto and at the Nae Way is help me help you. Like what I can help you so much, but you also need to help me too. Like I need you to give me what I need so that way I can perform to my best ability for you, essentially. So definitely in the realm of boundaries. What else can I say? How else did I show up for myself? And I'm going back to resting when I needed to, resting when I needed to for sure. And like you said, if I need to ignore something, or I need to say no, or no, not at this moment, give me a minute. Definitely, like, the rest, I'm not dealing with this at the moment. We can figure this out after this time. And that's how I put myself first, because like you said, you'll end up doing things that benefit others that hinder you, and you feel it later on. And once you feel it later on, it's too late. It's too late. At that point, you done already did it. So definitely, girl, boundaries, girl, boundaries.
Theme of the week, y'all, boundaries. I love that. So, you've worked with a lot of different people, a lot of different creators out there. So, what's one of your favorite collabs?
Ooh, oh my God, that's so tricky. This is so tricky because, of course, I love what I do right now with Gina and Head at Effective Immediately. We just filmed today, and they are such a good time. So they're definitely, that's like an honorable. That's like a no brainer. Like, we're not gonna count them. Like, excluding them. Dang.
Oh, great job on the live show, by the way. I want to give you your flowers on that one as well.
Girl, thank you, girl. That was different. That was different. I'm used to normally doing like live music shows, but having it be like a live talking show was like a completely different bag for me. But that was fun. And shout out to y'all, because y'all showed up and showed out.
Good job.
Dang, favorite collab. I love working with Chrissy on music and media.
Yeah, shout out to her as well.
It's such a good community that she's built over the years. And I've seen, it's such a good community event. It's very community based. So I love anything that we can, pour back into our community and can benefit on. And then just the gems that people walk away with. And I know people that like, I just want to pull up just because I know she got this one particular person talking, and I know that like I'm gonna get so much from them. So that's a favorite of mine. His home is very community based, and I love that. I'm all about pouring into our community for sure. I'm trying to think of another one. When you say collab, like can it be
a client or a collab or just anything, or a project? I know it's so many. I know you're like, whoa.
I'm trying to think, like, because they're like big ones. Like a big major one was like Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud was, I did the first Rolling Loud when they came to California. It was in LA, but it was like San Bernardino. And then I did Rolling Loud Miami, and those are always fun just because I'm a huge music fan. I love music.
Likewise.
That was always a really fun, and it's cool to do what you're good at in environments that you actually really love. So I would probably say definitely music and media and Rolling. Oh my God, no, I'm sorry. I take Rolling Loud. Because I gotta go with NAACP Image Awards.
There we go.
NAACP Image Awards is a ball. Like, I love, like, BT Awards is right there too, but I like Image Awards just because BT is pro us, like NAACP Image Awards is like really pro us.
This is tighter, okay?
When I tell you, Bernice, that room feels so good. Like, it's just so much love and just culture and excellence and success. Like, it's such a beautiful, it literally makes you emotional. Like, it makes you emotional just seeing our people, be spotlighted like that. Like last year when I worked it, Kamala Harris was there and she showed up and she spoke, and it was like, oh my God, like, girl, would you literally Kerry Washington walking past you, and Sharon Hall and Viola Davis, like, oh my God. Girl, NAACP is definitely, I'm gonna throw that one for sure.
We'll take it. Okay, y'all hear that? Look, y'all take no look. See the resume, y'all. So tap in with her. But I love to ask all my guests a fun question. So your fun question is, as you can see, y'all, you stay rocking the cutest frame. So if you could have your own frame brand, what would you call it?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question.
I get told that every episode. Yeah, good. Thank you. Keeping my streak alive. Go ahead.
Because I've never thought about that. Oh my God. Girl, I don't even know. And this is why I'm like, I'm not creative, because I can't just think of like something that's creative on the spot like that. Like, ooh, ooh, that's a tough one. That's such a tough one. I feel like it'd probably be something like in relation to like try a play on like Simone or something. Simone is my mom's name actually, but it's actually my middle name. Like she gave me her name.
I love that.
But my mom is my girl down. Like so, it'd probably be something like I feel like I incorporate the Simone because it's my middle name, but also as a little bit of homage to her. So it'd probably be something around Simone, maybe, or like I would try to find like different ways to play on like the word eyewear or like lenses or like Simone frames. I don't know. I don't know. I have to like really sit and think about that one. But that's a really
That's
good
a
question.
good one. Maybe in the future though. Like you,
No, see, because like
I can't see, so I'm gonna need a pair. So.
girl, everybody in my family blind. Like,
Yeah.
girl, my mom.
Just her contacts. So. Okay, we'll take it.
I love that. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna look out for those frames, girl. So. But you guys, it's now time for the wrap up segment. This is the wrap up segment. How does this relate to self love? Self love is loving yourself enough to build your own table, to be a table where you're loved, enjoy, to go where the love is. I think that's one of the forms of self love. Is you wouldn't want to put yourself in places where it's toxic for you, where you can't breathe, you can't spread your wings. So I think that's the ultimate way of loving yourself, is surrounding yourself with the correct environment. So, Nae, how do you practice self love?
Ooh, girl. Like I said, going back to that rest. Okay, I will go to
Yes.
sleep. I will lay in that bed, girl. I love my bed so damn comfy. I love my bed.
Yeah, invest in your
So,
bed, y'all. Yes.
yeah, I will be in that bed watching some true crime, giving myself my favorite foods, treating myself with my favorite foods. Oh, but you know what? It's so interesting because in that same breath of like practicing rest and practicing resetting, it's really hard. I think a lot of Black women struggle with this. It's hard to be in those moments of rest and reset and not feel bad and
Mhm.
not feel like you should be doing something or like just
Yeah.
being lazy. Like I need to be productive. There's something I could be doing. There's something I could be doing. And so one thing that I've really tried to perfect over the years, and it's an ever growing thing, is being gracious to yourself. Giving yourself grace is one of the highest forms of self love for me. And it's something I had to learn in therapy, honestly. Being nice to yourself, because that little voice in your head is with you all day, every day.
Mhm.
And if that voice in your head is mean to you or is down, like putting you down or being rude, like you're never gonna feel good internally. So I've always been like, just recently been like, be nicer to yourself, because you want to love yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to feel good about yourself, and you don't need the world's hard enough. People are
Yeah.
hard enough. The work is hard enough. The industry is hard enough and mean enough. You know, why be rude to yourself in those times when you really need a friend? You really need an ally. You really need love. You really need some self love. So I think for me it's definitely being gracious with myself, being graceful with myself, and speaking highly of myself, but speaking nicely to myself. And that's not meaning being delusional with myself. Like you do need a little bit of delusion in this
Yeah.
world, but
Yeah, to get
not
through.
where you're
Yes.
super far off. You know, like being real with yourself, but still being nice to yourself. In those moments, where it's just you and your thoughts and your ideas and your mind. That grace is so needed, and you don't really realize it until you start actively doing it, and you're like, okay, I feel good about myself. Like I feel good about where I am. I feel good about myself, and I'm gonna be nice to myself, because people are mean enough as it is. Why do you want to be
Oh,
mean to yourself?
voice
You
on
know?
that all day. And I'm happy you brought that up too, because like I've been learning more about cycles, or our women's cycle,
Yes,
and
yes,
how when our brain goes through this shift, it's like if you're already like feeling that, and then it's like
girl.
you're like, okay, this is what this is, and like learning just to even just give myself grace, like this is why I'm feeling this way, and that's actually been helping me get through that rough part of it where
Yes,
go through where we're more moody and stuff. But
Yeah,
just giving yourself that big hug, giving yourself the love that your body is craving. So, because I don't
absolutely.
care who's nice to you, a million people could be around you telling you nice things, but if you're in here saying something else, you're not going to hear nothing they're saying. You're not going to believe them because you got to believe it here first. Just like if a hater at you, if you believe you the shit, you gonna take that in. So then you gonna believe that.
Girl, that you are
Yes.
preaching. You
You
are
know, you
preaching.
had an episode dropping gems. This is what I was looking for. I love this. And final question I love to ask all my guests: what do you want to be remembered for?
Ooh, leaving a positive, lasting impact on the lives that I've touched, and knowing that I brought value, whether that is in business, in friendship, in personal, in whatever. I just want to make sure that I leave a positive impact, but also knowing that I added some value to their life. It really does make me feel good inside when I know that like I've done something to help somebody feel good or make somebody feel good or accomplish what they needed. So definitely I want to leave a lasting positive impact on those lives, and let them remember that like I I helped contribute to something that like really meant a lot to them, and whether that be big or small, that I was able to positively impact for sure.
I love that you're definitely on the journey doing it right now. And remember, you guys, what's for you is for you. And remember to build your own table. But Nay, I appreciate you coming on here, dropping gems, sharing your story, talking about your brand. But before we go, can you shout your information out? Where can people find you and book you and all that?
Yes, thank you so much. This was so good. I'm so excited we did this. Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at nae.simone. That's with two E's though. So nae.SIMONEE. I'm on Instagram. You can follow go to my website, the naeway.co. Not .com, it's .co.co. That's THENAEWAY.co. My impact series that I just dropped is on there. You can tap in with me. You can email me, Nae at thenaeway.co. Be on the lookout. I got something coming up, coming down the pipeline. So yes, you can go ahead and follow me everywhere. Go ahead to my website, send me an inquiry, send me an email, and let's get it.
I love that. Make sure y'all support the Black business today. And before we go, quick shout out to my amazing sponsor, Samuel Patrick Photography. You're unique, you're qualified, and you're ready for your next chapter. Stand out and make a long lasting impression with professional photography. Samuel Patrick will help you have the impact you desire while staying true to your values and vision. Book your discovery call today at www.samuelpatrick.photography. So make sure you guys tap in. And make sure y'all tap in with Nate Simone as well. But I love you guys. I appreciate y'all tuning into this amazing episode. I will be back next week with another dope episode. Love you guys. Have a good one.